When law ends, the body decides. Combat sports are often described as primitive, violent, or raw. But this description misses their deeper political meaning. Boxing and mixed martial arts are not regressions to barbarism. They are modern rituals where sovereignty is stripped of symbols and reduced to its most basic form, the body. In combat sports, there is no territory to govern, no population to persuade, no institution to manage. There is only one question: who can impose their will on another body? This is sovereignty in its naked state. Unlike most sports, combat sports do not hide power behind teamwork, strategy, or systems. They expose it directly. Strength, endurance, pain tolerance, and psychological dominance determine outcomes. Rules exist, but only to prevent death, not to prevent domination. Violence is not eliminated. It is permitted within limits. This is precisely how political sovereignty functions at its core. When law collapses, when institutions fail, when norms dissolve, power returns to the body. Whoever can endure more pain, impose more force, or intimidate more effectively becomes sovereign. Combat sports simulate this condition in a controlled environment, making them deeply political rituals. The referee plays a crucial role. He represents the last remnant of order. He does not prevent violence. He decides when violence has gone too far. This mirrors political authority in states of emergency. Law does not disappear, it becomes discretionary. Authority reveals itself not in rules, but in exceptions. Combat sports teach a brutal lesson. Rights exist only as long as someone can enforce them. There is no illusion of fairness here. Fighters enter the ring knowing that protection is minimal. The body is exposed, vulnerable, and decisive. Victory is not symbolic, it is physical. Defeat leaves marks. This is why combat sports resonate so strongly in societies experiencing insecurity. When economic, political, or social structures feel unstable, people are drawn to displays of raw sovereignty. The fighter becomes a symbol of control in a world that feels uncontrollable. There is also an uncomfortable honesty in combat sports. Unlike bureaucratic power, nothing is hidden. There are no committees, no algorithms, no anonymous decisions. Power is personal. Responsibility is unavoidable. You cannot blame the system if you lose. This makes combat sports paradoxical. They are violent, yet transparent. Brutal, yet honest. In a world where power increasingly hides behind institutions and technology, the body becomes the last sight of truth. Combat sports remind us of something modern politics prefers to forget. Sovereignty ultimately rests on the capacity to impose force. Law, ethics, and legitimacy are layers placed on top of this foundation. When those layers erode, the foundation remains. The ring is not an escape from politics. It is a revelation of politics at its most fundamental level. If this analysis reshaped how you see combat sports, this channel exists for exactly that purpose, to expose power where it appears most uncomfortable. If you value this perspective, like the video and subscribe to support long-form critical analysis. Question for you: when institutions fail, does power always return to the body?